Good morning, children. Welcome to the Narayana Live class. Today we are going to discuss the assignment key of coordination the linking system, 10th standard lesson. This assignment is for 10 marks. In this assignment, there are 4 objective type questions. Each objective question carry half mark. 4 halves are 2 marks. And there are also 4 very short answer questions. Each short answer question carry 1 mark. That means 4 ones are 4 marks. And there are also 2 short answer questions. Each short answer question carries 2 marks. 2 twos are 4 marks. Total 10 marks. Now let us see what are the different types of questions and their answers. First we will see objective type questions. So now first question is identify the group belongs to phytohormones. So here 2 groups are given for you. You have to read the 2 groups, A group and B group, and identify which group belongs to asked question. Now here we have to identify a group belongs to phytohormones. A group, auxins, cytokinins, gibberellins, ethylene. Okay, let us see B also. Thyroxine, adrenaline, prolactin, vasopressin. So Group A is the correct answer because these hormones are belongs to plants, and B group hormones are belongs to animals. Okay, right. Now second one, plant hormone auxin was discovered by option C. C for F.W. Wendt. F.W. Wendt. F.W. Wendt discovered auxin, the phytohormone. And the third question, read the sentence and correct the underlined word. Here one sentence is given to you and the underline also. That underlined sentence is wrong. You have to correct it. Now read that sentence. Response to contact or touch is called phototrophism. Phototrophism is wrong. Then what is correct? Response to contact or touch is called thigmotrophism. So answer is thigmotrophism. Right. Now fourth question. Dash leaves have pad-like swellings at the base. Pad-like swellings. That means suppose this is the leaf. At the base of the leaf there are pad-like swellings. These are filled with water, pad-like swellings. Which leaves? Mimosa pudica. That means touch me not plant or attipatti. Okay. Now answer is Mimosa pudica. Some people read it as a Mimosa pudica. No problem. So these are the 4 types of objective type questions. Now we are going to see what are the 4 types of very short answer questions. Very short answer question. Fifth question. What is thigmonasty? Touch me not plant shows nastic movement by touch. This is called thigmonasty. So when we touch its leaves, they close the leaves. All the leaves closes. This is called nastic movement. So touch me not plant shows nastic movements by touch. This is called thigmonasty. Touch me not plant. Just now we have seen what is the chemical name of touch me not plant, scientific name, Mimosa pudica. Touch me not plant shows touch me not plant shows nastic movement. Touch me not plant shows nastic movements by touch. This is called thigmonasty. This is called thigmonasty. Sixth question. From which language auxin is derived? What does it refers? Auxin is derived from Greek language. Auxin is the word derived from Greek language. Its meaning is to increase. Auxin is the word derived from Greek language. It is a Greek word. Its meaning is, auxin meaning is to increase. To increase. Now let us see some question. What will happen if high concentration of auxin takes place in the tip of the shoot and in the tip of the roots? High concentration of auxin if remains in the tip of the shoots and the tip of the roots. Suppose there is a plant. Okay, there is a plant. Suppose it is a plant. It is a plant. It is a shoot tip and these are the root tips. What will happen? If more auxin occurs at the shoot tip, it stimulates stem growth. Stem growth takes place. High concentration of auxin results in the stimulation of stem growth. But if high concentration of auxins are remaining existing in the root tips, the inhibition, that means growth of roots will be stopped. Inhibition of roots. Inhibition of root tips takes place. But here stimulation and here inhibition. Inhibition occurs. This is the seventh question answer. More concentration of auxins at the tip of the shoot results in the stimulation of growth of the stem, and high concentration of the auxin at the root tip results in the inhibition, stoppage of growth of roots. Okay, this is 7th question. 8th question. Give some examples of growth effectors and growth inhibitors in plants. Growth effectors and growth inhibitors. You know, this is 8th question also. You know, growth effectors are auxins and gibberellins. Auxins and gibberellins are growth effectors. But growth inhibitors are abscisic acid. Abscisic acid. Abscisic acid is a growth inhibitor. Growth inhibitor. But auxins and gibberellins are growth effectors, stimulators. Okay, auxin and gibberellins are useful for growth of the plant, but abscisic acid is useful for stopping the growth of the plant. These are the very short answer questions. Now let us see what are the short answer questions. Short answer questions. Write the uses of plant hormone gibberellins. Uses of gibberellins. Okay. Now, germination of seeds. Seeds, when they are shown in the soil, they germinate. And sprouting of buds also. Buds which are present on the plant will sprout. Okay. Elongation of stem. So, dwarf plants become taller when we spray gibberellins. That means elongation of stem is also because of gibberellins. And stimulation of flowering. When we spray gibberellins, flowers will germinate, flowering takes place, and these flowers also very speedily becomes fruits. That means development of fruits also occurs by spraying the gibberellins. And breaking the dormancy of seeds. Breaking the dormancy of seeds, that means when we sow the seed in the soil, it germinates. That is breaking of dormancy. And also that dormancy can be seen, breaking of dormancy can be seen in the seeds and also buds. Okay. Now let us write 9th question answer. Ninth question answer is germination of seeds. Germination of seeds and buds. Seeds and buds. Okay. Now elongation of stems. Elongation of stems. That means dwarf plants become taller. Pea plant is a dwarf plant. If we spray gibberellins, it becomes taller plant. Or cabbage, you know that cabbage is a mass of leaves. When we spray gibberellins, this cabbage becomes taller plant. That means gibberellins are responsible for elongation of stems. And stimulation of flowering. If any plant is not flowering, if we spray gibberellins, then flowers will produce faster. Flowering, stimulation of flowering. And development of fruits also. Development of fruits. Sometimes from some plants, small fruits, when the flowers are becoming fruits, smaller fruits automatically themselves they drop down, they fall down. Okay, so that can be stopped by spraying the gibberellins. That means development of fruit can take place by spraying the gibberellins. And breaking the dormancy of seeds and buds. Breaking the dormancy of seeds and buds. So this is the answer for 9th question. Write the uses of plant hormone gibberellins. And these gibberellins also can be used for so many purposes. In berry fermentation also it can be used. Okay. Now 10th question. Explain the process of or procedure of FW Wendt experiment on coleoptile plant. Now I am going to explain FW Wendt experiment. Okay, 10th one, FW Wendt. Now let us see what did he do. He observed. He took two coleoptile plants. He cut the tips of the coleoptile plants. Okay, and he placed the cut tips on the agar block for half an hour. How much time he placed? Half an hour. He placed cut tips on the agar block. After half an hour, he removed the cut tips and he cut the agar block into two pieces. Then he placed one agar block away from the one decapitated tip, and he placed another agar block so that it is touching the decapitated tip. Like that he placed. This is the plant 1 and this one is plant 2. This experiment was done in the dark room only because to avoid the light factor. Okay, right. Next, after 1 hour, he observed that the decapitated tip of the plant, which is not touching the agar block, is growing straight. But the decapitated tip, which is having contact with the agar block, has bent other side of the agar block and growing, because this decapitated tip absorbed oxygen from the agar block, and the more growth of cells took place on the side of the agar block. That's why it has bent away from the agar block. This was the experiment conducted by F.W. Wendt. Okay, so from this he understood that there is something present in the tip of the plants. That means there is some hormone present at the tip of the plants. When he placed it on the tip, when he placed the tip on the agar block, the chemical which is present in the tip transferred to the agar block, and when he placed that agar block touching the decapitated tip, that chemical again absorbed by the decapitated tip, and more growth of cells took place. That's why that bend has formed. So from agar side, on the agar block side, more cells formation took place. On the other side, there is no more cells. That's why bend has formed on the less cells present side. Okay, this is the experiment of FW bend. So, my dear children, so I think you all understood clearly. So, okay, thank you. God bless you.